You know, they say things come in threes. Well, I've got 3 ouches. Let's hope it stays that way. I'm about to go for a run. Good morning guys, how are you all doing? Yes, I have 3 ouches. I'll get to the finger, that was the last one. The first one was somehow, I don't know how, but one of my John Smith glasses, as I took it out of this cupboard, decided to drop, hit the bottom of the cupboard, and it just shattered all over this counter, all over the floor, and I mean shattered. There was like a few shards about this big, the rest were all these size. And so as I was cleaning it up, I started cutting my fingers and my hand, don't know how. So that was the first one. The second one, I was going down some stairs, and as I got to the bottom step, somehow I tripped and I went flying, landed on my knee, and now that's bruised. I wasn't embarrassed or anything, I was more cursing myself because I did something so stupid. And the third is my finger, and let's give you a proper light. Can you make it out right there? That was caused by him. We were on the field and he was off the lead at the time, and another dog was coming on, and I was like, right, put him on the lead. And I called to him and he wouldn't come at first, which is unusual for him. So I went to him, and as I'm putting the lead on, he started moving towards the dog, pulling the lead. And this lead, you see how thin it is here? That rubbed across my finger, started cutting it. Blooming dangerous, those things. Why have they changed the design on them? I don't know. So hopefully the 3 ouches is going to stay at 3 ouches, especially now that I'm going for a run. I have actually been for a run since I last talked to you guys. Went with Joe, we did a 4 miler. Didn't time it, but we managed to do the 4 miles, and I was wearing my new trainers and they're great. I was a little worried about the tread, as I think I mentioned before, but they're fine, not a problem. So I better go and put them on now. It's 9:20 already. I was hoping to already have been there because I haven't got that much time. I have to be at work at 2 o'clock. Yay. Well, that's a good sign. None of the potholes in this car park have got any puddles in them. So that means Rover Valley's not going to be wet or muddy. So my intention today is to try and break that 30-minute limit. You know, get around within under 30 minutes. I'm not going to push myself. I'm just going to run and hopefully beat it. But if I don't, I don't. If I do, awesome. Just have to wait and see. I did think about taking the camera with me, but it'll probably just weigh me down and, you know, slow me a little. Besides, be bouncing about in my pocket, and don't want that. So yeah, I'm going to leave the camera here. Right, wish me luck. Nothing worse than having sweat in your ear. Ugh, gross. It run down into my earphone and in. By the way, you'll have to excuse that noise. There are men running around on lawnmowers. By the way, I forgot to mention I ran around Rother Valley again, the 3 miles, and you're probably wondering, well, what did you do? How fast did you do? Well, if you follow me on Snapchat, you'll already know that. So anyway, wow, that really is noisy. I'm kidding, I'm going to tell you. But seriously, that really is noisy. Go away, I'm trying to film. I hope. Is it me or is my lens mucky? I will tell you, I'm not tormenting. I have to be careful how often I clean the lens, because the last camera that I had, it ended up being scratched, and I think it was from all the cleaning. Not being careful with it. Okay, so honestly, I'm finding that very distracting. Okay, trying to get some decent lighting, it's not working. It's because I've got trees here in front of the sun. So I set off and I was doing a really good pace. So good in fact that after about a mile I had to slow down. I was getting very tired. By the second mile I had to slow down even more. My legs just felt like they were going to fall off, and I didn't get a stitch, which is surprising, but I kept fighting that urge to stop. And it wasn't until I got to the end I realised why. Because I went a little faster than I normally do. In fact, do you want to hear the time? 28 minutes and 34 seconds. I've only gone and blooming done it. Woohoo! After all these years of trying to beat that 30-minute limit, I finally cracked it, and I've done it by almost a minute and a half. Here, look, proof. See, 28 minutes, 34 seconds. I am well happy about that. It's been taking, how many years have I been trying to do that? I almost did it last year, and of course my foot went funny again, so I had to stop. And just the other week I got close to it as well. You know, I tried to get back into running, and the first thing I'm trying to do is beat that 30-minute limit. I finally done it. Honestly. Don't worry, that cough's from the fact that my lungs were like sucking all that air in. They were burning from running a little faster than I normally do. I got to the end, nobody was around, so I'm just like dancing around going, woohoo, I've done it, I've done it. Of course then people started showing up, so I'm like, na 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 na. Oh man, finally. So now I can stop trying to beat that 30-minute limit, and I can start going on other runs. I know Joe wants to do a run of the walk that my cousin Kate showed me. Don't know how many miles that is. I reckon between 4 and 5 possibly. And there is another run that I do, or I used to do all the time, which is, well, originally on one of my old phones when I first started doing that run, it was Strava, and it claimed to be 4.5 miles. Then when I started using Runtastic on another phone, that claimed it was 4.95 miles. So I don't know, it's between 4.5 and 5. But I want to start doing longer runs now. I'm not trying to speed, I'm not trying to run as fast as I've just done today. I want to run further, and the more I do that, the further I can go. I'm truly happy about this. Finally beaten the 30-minute limit. That's what I keep calling it, the 30-minute limit. Of course, I'll probably end up stop running at some point, forget about it for a year, and then start all over again. I hope not. And I forgot to mention, Joe's actually run this morning. She decided she wanted to do the 4-mile run again. And to be honest, I didn't want to go all the way to Joe's house to do this 4-mile run and then all the way back. I wouldn't have really had the time. Like I said earlier, I've got to go to work in a bit. And also, she's not really that bothered about beating the 30-minute limit. She wants to start going on longer runs, and now I'm going to do that as well. Right, I'm going to set off home now, because I need to have a bath. Ow, my legs are aching. I know, because I've just been upstairs to fetch Harley and then coming back down. So I'm definitely going to have a bath now. But yeah, these new trainers definitely work a treat. I'll tell you what else works a treat. I've already put some in my bathtub. I've talked about muscle soak stuff before, but this one's a little different. Look at that, my water's orange because of this stuff. Not sponsored, by the way. Radox Muscle Therapy. I tried it for the first time last week after I ran with Joe, and honest to God, I could feel my legs tingling, and for the rest of for most of that day, my legs were fine. It wasn't until I got to work that night that they started aching again. So I'm gonna see if it does it again. I put quite a bit in, as you saw. And then I'm gonna have my dinner because I'm very hungry. Honest to God, that muscle therapy stuff is fantastic. Now, like I said, I was sort of hobbling up and down the stairs. Watch this. Nothing, no pain. Muscles are fine. No tension. It's great. See how long it lasts. And I've had my dinner, so I'm now full. I just want to show you something that I was doing yesterday. I decided to burn more wood. See, this pile is now gone. That's all that's left of it. It's a bit of a mess. So the thing is, I spent about an hour and a half burning, and then I spent an hour waiting for it to die down, and then another hour just watering it down so it'd stop. And by the time I was done, there was no smoke, no flames. I was satisfied. And then before I went to bed, every now and then I kept looking outside just to make sure it was not burning or anything, and it wasn't. Got up this morning to let Harley out, it was smoking. I'm like, what? So I had to spend another 20 minutes chucking buckets of water on it, getting the hose pipe out, and that's what I'm left with. Now the thing is, I still have this pile, and to be honest, I'm finding, don't get me wrong, I enjoy burning it, but look at the mess it's left. So I've still got to clean that up anyway, and I feel like it's more trouble than it's worth. So I'm kind of thinking I am going to get another skip, and that will be gone then. I'm pretty sure I can get all of that in one skip, and I think I'll have room to put some of this in as well, and then hopefully I can start working around that tree, try and deal with that root. What I didn't mention is I almost bought an axe last week because I went to a garden centre with Trin hoping that they'd have maybe chainsaws or any other power tools. Nope, just garden stuff. But they did have an axe for sale. I almost bought it, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to wait, have a look around other garden centres and wherever else to see what else there is. I've yet to do that. So maybe this weekend, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards hiring another skip just to get rid of that last bit. And the other thing is that when I am burning, smoke is everywhere and it gets all in my clothes, all over my skin, and I smell like an ashtray afterwards. I don't like it. Getting a skip, don't have that problem. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting a skip. I'll think about that another day. What I am thinking about right now is signing off because I now need to get ready for work. Oh well, all that's left for me to say now is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out. You know, I wish that muscle therapy was also miracle therapy. Then my finger would stop hurting. Ow.